People always talk about the fact that big national banks have a great EIN only, business lines of credit. Is that true? Well, in today's conversation, I'm actually going to compare and contrast four big national banks. We have PNC, US Bank, SunTrust, now Truist, and TD Bank. And we're going to look at their EIN only, business lines of credit, and see which one is better. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee you. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to compare and contrast PNC Bank's EIN only business line of credit versus the lines of credit you get from US Bank, SunTrust Bank, aka Truist, and TD Bank. It's very important to understand that when we talk about small business lines of credit, we're talking about funding programs that can help you meet your liquidity needs as they change over time. And these lines of credit can be especially useful for business owners who know they will need funding at various points in the future, but they're not really sure when. So a business line of credit is a flexible funding solution that is best suited to short-term business needs for items like supplies, or payroll, or inventory. Okay, so this is what you need to think about. And what are the pros and cons of an EIN only business line of credit from a big national bank such as PNC Bank, US Bank, Truist, and TD Bank? So first, you have flexible funding. You can borrow money quickly when you need it. You don't have to pay interest until you need to borrow the money. And there is a quick application process. The funding goes very fast, 3 to 7 days. And what are the cons? You may need to provide collateral depending on the amount you're looking for. And this is not appropriate for all business needs. And you may have fees when you're not actively borrowing money. So those are things you need to think about. And I also want to say very clearly here is that you can apply for this business lines of credit without EIN. If you have strong credit and you want to rely on your personal credit to apply for this business line of credit, not a problem. But if you don't, the best way would be to apply for this business lines of credit using EIN only. Obviously, you need to have a relationship with the bank. You need to fulfill other criteria before you can qualify, but it is totally possible. Before we get into the actual rankings here, the reviews, if you will, please check out this short video. It talks to you about our strict methodology when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing EIN only business loans and business lines of credit on this show. Check this out. Let me first talk to you about PNC. So when we talk about PNC Bank EIN only business lines of credit, we actually have two lines of credit. We have one unsecured and we have one secured line of credit. Let's talk about the unsecured line of credit first. So basically you have, this is great if you're looking for an unsecured line of credit. Line of credit amounts 20,000 to 100,000. So that's the range, 20K to 100K. The loan application and decisioning process is pretty fast. It can go all the way to 5 days and no collateral required. You can transfer funds online, by telephone, or write a check against the line amount, not a problem. And your line of credit may be eligible to provide optional overdraft protection for your PNC Bank business checking accounts. Okay, and what are the features and benefits here? So you have a simplified loan application and decisioning process. You have fast access to funds. And we love the fact that you don't have to pledge a personal, you don't have to make a personal, you don't have to pledge personal assets. Okay, no personal guarantee needed. And one thing I also need to say here is that there is an annual fee of $175, and the payment amount is 1.5% of the balance, or a minimum of $100. So keep that in mind. In terms of interest rate, you have a variable APR based on the prime rate. So this is something, so you can apply online, you can apply by phone. The phone number is 1-800-762-5684, or you can apply in person at a branch. Okay, something you need to think about. So this is for the unsecured business line of credit. Now let's talk about the secured. Here, the line of credit amounts are a little higher. They go from 100,000 to 3 million. So you have increased credit flexibility. You have automatic interest-only payments. You have peace of mind. You need to secure the line of credit with your personal assets or your business's assets held at PNC Bank. Okay, this is very important. And here, the interest rate is a little lower. And whether you're looking for a secured or unsecured business line of credit from PNC Bank, there are a few things you need to bring to the branch, or you need to have ready before they can process your application. Obviously, they need information about your business. So the business legal name, street address, phone number, email address, the type of business organization, the year established, the date acquired by the present owner, and industry codes, your NAICS code, your business tax ID or social security number. This is for sole proprietors only. Annual sales, gross revenue, and number of employees. And they need information about each business owner. So anybody that owns 25% or more interest in the business may be required as guarantor, depending on the amount you're looking for. I want to talk to you now about the EIN only business line of credit with US Bank. Folks, we are still having a compare and contrast between 4 financial players at the national level, and I just finished the review in PNC. Now I want to review US Bank. So when we talk about US Bank, a US Bank business line of credit, here the amounts are more generous. Okay, so you have what they have several products. They have the cash flow manager credit line details. So they have the cash flow manager credit line. They have the business line of credit. They have the business equity line of credit, and then they have the business reserve line. Let's talk about the cash flow manager. So with the cash flow manager, this is a revolving line of credit that can help ensure you have working capital for seasonal purchases, inventory, and short-term cash needs. Here, everything we're talking about here, folks, everything is unsecured. Okay. Here you have credit lines up to $250,000. You have competitive rates with the option to lock in a fixed rate on existing balances. This is great for companies in business for 2 years or more. You have this line of credit is easily available with a Visa Platinum card, convenience checks, online banking, business service center, or at a branch. You can easily manage your credit line through online banking. So fantastic. So what about the fees? There's no fee on lines greater than $50,000. And there's $150 annual fee for lines that are below $50,000 rather, $50,000, okay? And for secured applications, US Bank will file a UCC lien and must be in first lien position against all business assets as collateral. So if you currently have more than $1 million in credit with US Bank, you should apply for additional credit directly with your banker or relationship manager. So that's for the cash flow manager. You also have the business line of credit. So this, you can use this to purchase materials, equipment, or inventory. Okay. Here, you can borrow up to $1 million. The bank has very competitive interest rates, and here you have interest-only payment option. For the business line of credit, you can actually collateralize the line or just have it unsecured. They also have the business equity line of credit. Here you can use real estate as equity. So up to $500,000, that's the limit. Revolving terms with the 5-year maximum and monthly interest-only payments. And last but not the least, you have the business reserve line. Here you have protection from overdraft charges and up to $5,000, that's the amount. No annual fee, but you have to link this to your US Bank business checking accounts. Let's talk about SunTrust Truist. So with Truist, they have Their small business line of credit, the amount goes all the way to $100,000. You can use the cash to manage seasonal cash flow, expand inventory, or grab hold of a new opportunity. It's totally up to you. Terms 12 to 36 months, renewable. Okay, so it works very simply. You have to apply for a specific line of credit amount. You can borrow up to your available credit limits. You can access funds by transferring money to your checking accounts or by writing checks. Interest accrues only on the outstanding balance. This is how it goes for all lines of credit. And you can use this as a revolving line of credit, or you can even reborrow over time up to the maximum credit limit. So this is really good. And so this is great if you want to cover seasonal or revolving cash flow. You want to access working capital where and when you need it. And you want to access a larger line of credit if secured by collateral. So the maximum here is $100,000 if unsecured, but if you want more, you have to secure part of it. So this is really good. And you can apply online, you can apply over the phone, you can apply at a branch. Truist is really flexible, okay? And you get an answer really fast. You can get an answer within 2 to 3 days. This is really good. And you can save up to 0.5% on your interest rate if you have Truist Dynamic Business Checking. It's all about having the relationship. Very, very important, okay? And one thing we love is that you got to ask yourself, are your funding needs short-term? Because a business line of credit is basically great for short-term. For example, if you want to build inventory for the holidays or temporarily supplement your working capital, this is great for a short term. If you need money for a long term, it's better to get a Truist or any other bank business loan. Okay, you may only need extra cash, a small amount at a time, and you may need to use it for whatever reasons you want. Okay, so whatever your plans, a Truist small business line of credit gives you fast, flexible access to the cash you need when you need it. And in terms of how the whole thing works, you are pre-authorized to borrow up to a specific amount. That amount is secured by your business asset if this is a secured business line of credit. If not, you don't have to secure it. You can borrow funds and pay them on a flexible basis. Check writing is available for most business lines of credit, and interest only accrues on the outstanding balances of the line of credit. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. We are also having a conversation about EIN only, business lines of credit, and we are comparing and contrasting 4 financial behemoths. And so we have PNC Bank, we have US Bank, we have covered also Truist. Now I want to talk to you about TD Bank. So with TD Bank, we have an unsecured line of credit. You can use the cash to access, you can use the line to access cash for business expenses. Anything about rent, inventory, payroll, daily operations, you name it. And the line here is pretty generous. You go from $25,000 all the way to $500,000. So we love that. And this can be secured or unsecured. If you want to secure the line, you can secure it by cash or accounts receivable, okay? And you can access your money by writing a check or transferring money online, and your line of credit can be paid down and used again. And what we love is that monthly payments are automatically deducted from your TD Bank checking accounts. So those are things you need to really think about, all right? The question is, and you have to understand, besides the business line of credit, TD Bank also has business loans and commercial mortgage. So if you are a TD Bank customer, if you're currently a customer, ask yourself, do you need the money in the short run? When we talk about short term in finance and accounting, we are speaking about less than 1 year. Okay, do you need the cash for the next 6 months, for seasonality or whatever? Or do you need the cash? Would you need the cash in 2 years, 3 years? Those are questions I want you to think deeply. And if you have, I want you to think deeply about. And if you need more information, you can talk to a TD Bank expert. You can ask questions, you can get guidance. And what we love is their small business specialists are always ready to help. They are very friendly, they're very professional, they know a lot about how the system works in terms of getting a business line of credit, and they will explain everything to you. So if you are interested, call 1-855-278-8988. 1-855-278-8988. Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, they are available. You can also, by the way, you can also apply in person. Remember that if you're looking for a line of credit under $100,000, you can apply online. You can download the application and you can bring it to a TD Bank. But if you want an application, if you want to apply for a line of credit that is above $100,000, you definitely need to go to a branch. Okay, let's talk about the decision time. So, folks, I have done a comparative analysis of the EIN only business lines of credit offered by 4 financial institutions: PNC Bank, US Bank, Truist, and TD Bank. So which one do you need to choose? It really depends. It depends on a constellation of factors. So this is a big decision time. Big decision time. Which one do you currently feel like you will be comfortable with? Which bank are you comfortable banking with? This is some kind of tautology here, but which financial institution are you comfortable banking with? First of all, you need to ask yourself, who are you banking with right now? Where are your business checking accounts parked right now? Where do you have deposit accounts right now? You want to start from there, okay? And remember, are your liquidity needs short-term or long-term? Because when we talk about a business line of credit, either EIN only or without EIN, doesn't matter here. We are speaking about a short-term liquidity situation, okay? And what is your personal credit score? What is your business credit score? This is very important also. Let's talk about business debt to income ratio. What is your business's debt to income ratio? Talk to me about that. Money. It plays an important role. This DTI ratio plays an important role in how much money extra you can get in terms of business line of credit. What is your time in business? All the banks that we have covered today, they like to have they have to have businesses in operations for at least 2 years. Between 1 to 2 years, you're good to go. If you have a great relationship with the bank at the personal and at the business level, they can let you get away with getting a business line of credit, even if you are a startup. It's all about having the relationship, folks. Very important. What is your company's annual revenue? Of course, we're talking about having a business line of credit, but why do you need it? Are you generating enough cash to cover your expenses, to cover whatever debts, whatever obligations you currently have? What is, again, your CUR? What is your credit utilization ratio? This is important. What is your industry? Is your industry lethargic or is your industry vibrant? What are the trends? What are the macro trends in your industry? So those are questions I want you to really think about even before choosing which bank you want to get your business line of credit from. As you consider your options, you need to think about also the amount of money that you need. Okay. All right. So our pick, after analyzing those 4 players today, our pick is US Bank. So we have scored US Bank 9.5 over 10, PNC Bank 8.5 over 10, SunTrust Truist 8 over 10, and TD Bank 8 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.